From the Gospel according to John, chapter 11, verses 45 to 56. Many of the Jews who had come to Mary and seen what Jesus had done began to believe in him. But some of them went to the Pharisees and told them what Jesus had done. So the chief priests and the Pharisees convened the Sanhedrin and said, "What are we going to do? This man is performing many signs. If we leave him alone, all will believe in him, and the Romans will come and take away both our land and our nation." But one of them, Caiaphas, who was high priest that year, said to them, "You know nothing, nor do you consider that it is better for you that one man should die instead of the people, so that the whole nation may not perish." He did not say this on his own, but since he was high priest for that year, he prophesied that Jesus was going to die for the nation, and not only for the nation, but also to gather into one the dispersed children of God. So from that day on, they planned to kill him. So Jesus no longer walked about in public among the Jews, but he left for the region near the desert, to a town called Ephraim, and there he remained with his disciples. Now the Passover of the Jews was near, and many went up from the country to Jerusalem before Passover to purify themselves. They looked for Jesus and said to one another, as they were in the temple area, "What do you think? That he will not come to the feast?" It was a process that began with minor restlessness during John the Baptist's days and finished here with the doctors of the law and the high priests. A process that continually got stronger. The way that the doctors of the law proceed is precisely a model of how temptation works in us, because it was truly the devil who was behind this, who wanted to destroy Jesus. And temptation in us truly works like this. It begins with something small, a desire, an idea. It grows, it infects others, and in the end, it justifies itself. These are the 3 steps of the temptation of the devil in us, and the 3 steps of the temptation that the devil worked in the person of the doctor of the law. We should have the custom of identifying this process within us. That process that changes our hearts from good to bad, that leads us to a downward slope. But let us never forget, always, behind a sin, behind a fall, there is a temptation that began small, that grew, that infected us, and in the end, we find a justification to fall. May the Holy Spirit enlighten us in this interior awareness.